Hi, this is Taylor of Rejuve Medical Fitness, and welcome to our online follow-along rehab program. So let's get started with a dynamic warm-up to begin with. So we'll get started crossing the arms in front, keeping the feet moving. Good, one high, one low. Reaching out wide with the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades in behind to open up the chest. Awesome, shoulder rolls forwards, nice big rotations, keeping your feet moving still. And then shoulder rolls backwards. Nice full ranges of motion with the shoulders. And full arm swings up and back, reaching up nice and high. Remember, warm-ups like this are really great to do right after you wake up in the morning, right before a workout, right after a workout. Definitely really important to fit in. Other way. Big swings forwards. Awesome. Keeping the hands up, rolling out the hips. Making big circles. Pretend you've got a hula hoop and you've got to keep it going. Other direction. And remember, with warm-ups like this, we're just trying to awaken the nervous system, get some blood flowing into the muscles, trying to energize ourselves before our activity. Perfect. Ankle and wrist rolls. So nice big circles with the ankle and wrist. Working on your coordination a little bit. Other way. Awesome. Other side. Getting the ankle moving, the knee moving, and the wrist. Other direction. Big circles. Awesome. And then we are going into knee bends, forward and back. Getting the legs warmed up here with a little bit of a small squat here. Then off to one side. Making big circles with the knees. And then the other way. Knees together, keeping the feet planted. And then circles down and out. So nice big circles with the knees. Excellent, other way. Alright, now we're going feet wide, so legs are straight, reaching hands up high, making a nice big circle with the arms, keeping the lower body stable, just moving the upper body. Just making as big of circles as you can. Keeping the legs straight to stretch out the hamstrings, other way. Also doing your best to keep your back nice and neutral so we're not hunching over a whole lot. Big rotations. Doesn't have to be super fast. And then at the top, we're reaching up high. And then pulling down. Reaching up high, pulling down. Nice rotation through the trunk. Awesome, couple more. Reaching up high, pulling down. Good. Hands are up in front. We're going to raise one knee and bring the elbow to the opposite side of that knee. Just at a nice, consistent pace. Getting a nice little twist through the core. So remember, a warm-up like this is super important to do before any activity such as walking, gardening, any type of sports. Really important to do this just to prevent injuries. Good, couple more. Excellent. We'll go to a nearby wall, getting in some push-ups. Getting the chest nice and close to the wall. Squeezing those shoulder blades together in the back. Awesome, couple more. Keeping the body nice and straight. Good, and then just finishing up with some light squats. Keeping the feet nice and planted. Hinging back through the hips, and then bending through the knees. You can keep your toes pointing out a little bit as well. Just a couple more to get warmed up. And good. All right, now that we are all warmed up, let's get into the main resistance exercises. So you will need a mini band, kind of like this, at a light level, and you will also need a longer band at a light level as well. So the first couple of exercises are going to be done on the ground. They're going to be for our legs, and they will mostly use the mini looped band. So we're going to start on the ground. It's good to have a mat or something comfortable to sit on as well. We're going to start with some glute bridges. We're going to take our mini band and place it around our knees, just above the knee level. Then we want to make sure that we have a little bit of tension on that band so our legs are far enough apart where we feel that bit of tension. You're going to lie all the way back. You're going to ensure that your hips, knees, and ankles are all aligned, and your feet are planted flat on the ground. Hands are planted by the sides, and all you're going to do is just press the hips up towards the ceiling, holding at the top for a second, and then releasing slowly. You're going to do one set of 10 reps. So here we go. I'd like you to focus on your breathing as you go through this. So breathing in as you push up, breathing out as you drop down slowly. I want you to control that movement in both directions. Ensure that your knees don't poke out too far. You want to keep them in line with your ankles at all times. And just really taking your time with this exercise, allowing your core to engage and your glutes to engage. Holding at the top for a second if you can. Great, we just have 2 more. Awesome, one more time. Very good. Okay, we're going to move on to the second exercise then, which is going to be a side lying clamshell. So you're going to go onto your side. You're going to once again check that your knees are stacked and your ankles are stacked and your hips are stacked. You can use the band between the knees if you'd like. We're just going to bring our knee simply up towards the ceiling and then slowly back down together. Up towards the ceiling, getting a nice hold for a second or 2. Slowly releasing. Check that you have your hips stacked at all times, so your hips should never really rotate or draw backwards. We're looking for 10 reps on both sides. Once again, focusing on your breathing, breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. Feeling the tension in the muscles right on the glutes in the back. If you do feel it on the hip, it may mean that you are needing to turn your body over a little bit more. Very good. We have 2 more. Feeling that tension in the glutes and not in the front of the hip. Perfect. And then you will switch sides. Before you do any repetitions, making sure knees are stacked, hips are stacked, ankles are stacked. Hand can be on the hip, or it can be on the ground. 10 reps, 1 set. Once again, looking for tension in the glutes in the back. If you do feel it on the hip in the front, you can even put your forearm on the ground. And this is a fairly small movement. We're not going really far with it, just far enough to get some nice activation with the glutes. Very nice. We have 3 more. Keep it going. Nice. Focusing on your breathing. 1 more. And release. Excellent. Next exercise is going to be for our quadricep muscle, the muscle on the top of the thigh. You're going to place the band around the bottom of 1 foot and then around the shin of the opposite leg. So the one that's on the bottom of the foot is going to be planted, and the other one is going to be a straight leg, and that is the leg that's going to be working and moving. So all we're looking for this one is toes pointing out and raising the leg upwards towards the ceiling. Leg stays fully straight, toes pointing out, raising up. We have one set of 10 on both sides. Ensure that there is a bit of tension on the band between the two spots. Focusing on the breathing again for this. Breathing in, breathing out. Getting a nice hold at the top, and then releasing. You could also choose to go all the way back on your forearms as you do this, or you could go into a full lying position. 2 more. One more time, you can do it. Excellent, and we will just switch sides, so placing the band around the opposite foot now, and then around the opposite shin on that other side. Straighten out the leg, point the toes out, choose your most comfortable position, keep that leg straight, and actively raising it upwards. I want you to really focus on this quad muscle here and feel it contracting and tightening. Very good. Rising up, keeping that leg straight, holding the tension at the top for a second. 3 more, you can do it. Final one. Release. Awesome. So the last ground exercise here is not going to need the band, so we just need to simply lie on our back in a nice fully extended position. Take one knee, draw it in towards the chest, and now you're going to take your hands and place them on your hamstring or on the back of the thigh here. Once you have that, all you are doing is kicking towards the ceiling, trying to straighten out your leg, and then slowly bringing it back down into that bent position. Kicking up. You should feel your hamstrings get nice and tight and lengthened during this. Slowly releasing down and back. Very nice. Working on a nice full range as far as you can go. Feeling the tension along the hamstring muscle. Perfect. And I want you to focus on slowly coming down as well. It's almost like you're fighting against some tension on the way down. Nicely done. We have 3 more. We're just looking for 10 on both sides for this. Nice and focused and controlled. 1 more. Nice. And allow yourself to fully lengthen out again and take the opposite knee. Bring it in towards the chest. Hands are underneath where the knee bends there. And we are kicking up towards the ceiling. Feel that tension right on the back of the thigh here. Slowly drawing the heel down and back. Once again, fighting some tension on the way down. You have to create that tension yourself though. And this is a very effective way to train the hamstrings when we are putting it under tension on the way down. Nicely done. Keep the focus up. We just have 4 more. You can do it. Nicely done. Almost there. Last one. And release. All right, so we're going to move on to the upper body exercises. We are going to need our longer band for these exercises, so take your time getting back up to your feet, and then find something that you can anchor your bands onto. So that could be a doorknob, or it could be a door frame, could be a pillar somewhere in your house, could be a chair, as long as it's stable enough. So just find something that you can anchor those bands to. once you have the bands anchored, if you do have handles, you can put your hands in those. If not, you can just grab onto the band. We're going to be doing a low row to begin with. This is going to be to train our back muscles. So we want to kind of get in a nice stable position. So that's going to be leaning back through the hips, getting yourself nice and upright, good posture. And we're simply rowing back and releasing slowly. Keeping nice posture throughout this entire movement, so we're not allowing ourselves to cave in or pull back. Everything stays nice and aligned. Hips in line with the shoulders. My elbows are staying nice and close to my sides the entire time. With this movement, we're allowing our shoulder blades to kind of come together. We should feel those muscles right in between the shoulder blades working. These are our postural muscles that keep us upright. We're looking for one set of 10 reps. Again for this one. 3 more. 2. Last one. Perfect. All right. Next exercise, we will unhook our band. We are just going to take our band like this, wrap our hands around so that we have a nice loop around both hands. So now we have some tension on the band. We're going to pull this band apart. Arms are going to be in front of you, and we are going to simply raise the band overhead into a Y shape above our head, bringing it down slowly. So we're always keeping tension on the band at all times, just pulling a tiny bit more at the top. One set of 10 repetitions of this. This is a Y raise. It is training our mid-trap muscles as well as our upper traps. Very good for shoulder blade stabilization. Show you a couple different views as we go through this. So the arms are staying straight and I'm stopping just past where my head is. But if your range of motion isn't quite there yet, you just go as high as you can. So it's just there, that is fine. You will get better at this as you go through it. Hopefully you'll get a little bit more range. Nice, 2 more. Keeping the body nice and upright, resisting the urge to lean. 1 more time. Excellent. All right. For the next exercise, we are just going to keep the same grip that we did for the last one. So maybe a little bit wider, just because we want a little bit less tension as we go through this one. But looping your hands around. So we have that loop around both hands again. We're going to extend the arms in front of us, so fully extended, and we have one set of 10 repetitions of a band pull apart. So thumbs are going to be pointing upwards as we do this. We're keeping this at just below shoulder height. Arms are staying straight. Posture is staying straight, so the hips are staying underneath the shoulders. We're going into a T shape with our arms. And as you can see, I'm not rushing through this. I'm keeping it nice and slow, feeling the tension build, and then slowly releasing. And you just stop once you get your hands in line with the body. Very good, 3 more. Feeling the tension between the shoulder blades. 1 more. Very good. So we're training those posterior or back shoulder muscles, which are very important. Okay, next exercise, we're going to need to stabilize our band on an object again. So I have both ends of the bands going into both of my hands. And what I'm looking for is I'm going to step away from my anchor point. I want to feel like this band is pulling me towards wherever it's anchored. It should be actually twisting my torso. So we are going to be working our core or abdominal muscles by resisting that rotation. So you should feel like your core is activated. It should be challenging. It should be pulling you slightly, and you should be resisting it. If you don't quite feel that, step a little bit further away. Once you feel like you have enough tension, you can either keep the hands in, or you can hold them out, or you can alternate between those two. I'd recommend you try this out. Pull in and pushing out. And as you do this, I want you to feel your core tightening, especially as you push the arms out and become a little bit more unstable. So with your breathing, breathing in, breathing out. You're looking for about 10 to 12 reps of this one, depending on if you can get to the 12 or not, or if it feels a little bit challenging by the 10. You want to challenge yourself a bit. Slowly controlling this movement. These bands stay right on my line, drawing down the center of me. So if I had this dotted line going right down the center of me, the band does not move off that line. Nicely done. Keeping it slow and controlled. Feel the core working and tightening. One more. And now we're going to turn to face the other side. So once again, finding that point where you feel like the band is pulling you and turning you, place your hands down your center line. If there was a line drawn right down the center of you, press out and back in. Feet should be wide. If you want it a little bit harder or more challenging, you should go a little bit narrower with your stance. You're constantly resisting that urge to rotate towards the anchored point. Keeping your body upright so you're not allowing yourself to pull away from that anchored spot. You're keeping everything in line from the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders up to the head. No rush with this one, take your time. Looking for 10 to 12 reps, like I said before. 4, 3, 2, last one. Releasing. All right, that would be all of the resistance exercises. So we are going to go into our TABATA protocol now. So TABATA, really important to train our heart and our cardiovascular system, and it is all done in 4 minutes. So the goal of this is to really push yourself as much as you can. You should be breathing heavily as you go through all of the exercises here. Okay, so first exercise, I want you to take your band. You're gonna step both feet on the band. And what we're looking for this technique is a weight shift to one side and then an arm raise to the same side. So if I shift this direction, my arm comes across to that same direction. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The wider you go with your stance, the more difficult this is as well. So we are doing 20 seconds without stopping at a nice quick speed, pushing yourself, and then we're gonna stop for 10 seconds where you can catch your breath, keep moving a little bit, and that is how the TABATA protocol runs. It's gonna be 4 rounds of this. We're gonna switch the exercise and we're gonna do 4 more. Okay, so here we go, following along with me. You have 20 seconds without stopping. Ready, set, here we go. Don't forget that weight shift. Bringing the arm up and across as much as you can, challenging yourself. Nicely done, good speed so far. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing for 10 seconds, keep yourself moving. You can do a couple of arm movements, trying to loosen things up. But get ready, because we're about to go into the second round. Ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Shift and raise. Keeping a nice, quick speed. Pushing yourself. Already 10 seconds in, that's it. Keeping the pace up, don't slow it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing. You have 10 seconds of rest again. Very nice. Okay, going into round 3. Same exercise, ready, set, here we go. Don't forget to shift those weights. Nice push, keep it going. Don't stop, 10 more seconds. Keeping the arms straight, bringing it across. 3, 2, 1, release. Nicely done, you have one more round. Awesome, okay, here we go. Final round, round number 4 with this exercise. Ready, set, here we go. Keep breathing, keep working, pushing yourself. Nice, you can do it. Big push at the end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Excellent, very nicely done. We are going to drop the bands. We're going to go into our second exercise. We have 4 more rounds. We're going to do the step jack. So for the step jack, feet step out wide, hands come up above the head together. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Going at a nice quick speed. If you do want to bring your hands out in front, you could also do that as well. Okay, 20 seconds. Ready, set, here we go. Keeping at a nice quick pace. Stepping out nice and wide, keep the feet moving constantly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. 10 seconds of rest. Doing awesome so far. Feel free to shake it out a little bit. Keep it moving. Awesome. Round number 2, ready, set, here we go. Keep the pace up, challenging yourself. Get those arms all the way above the head. We want to get as many muscles engaged as possible. Get the whole body moving. Keep breathing, that's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. 2 more rounds to go and you are all done. Continue breathing in and out. Awesome. Okay, round number 3, ready, set, here we go. Keep the energy up. Feet constantly moving, arms constantly moving, burning lots of energy. Nicely done. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Nicely done. You have 1 more round to do. Final round, put all of your energy into it. This is your last chance. Here we go. Ready, set, here we go. Really pushing on this last round. All of your energy goes into this move. Keep the speed up. Keep it moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Nice push, that was awesome. We are going to go into our cool down to finish off with. So we'll get the arms crossing in front at the same time, bringing the knees up. Once again, nice and wide with the arms, bringing the knee up at the same time. Just bringing the knee straight up. Awesome, a few more. And then arm rolls all the way up and back. You're going to come up on your toes as you reach up high. Full swings up and back. Nice and slow. Reaching up super high. Other direction. As you reach up, coming up on the toes. A few more. Keep it going. Awesome. Keeping the hands up, making rotations with the hips. Nice big circles. Keep the movement flowing. Other way. Big circles, almost there. Good. So for the next one, grabbing a support or just putting your hand on the wall. Big hip swings, forward and back. Bring your leg up as high as you can in front and high up as you can in behind. Doing your best to keep your posture up nice and tall. So we shouldn't be leaning really far forward at all with this. Trying to keep that nice upright posture. Excellent. Other side. And keep your hands on your hips just to remind yourself to keep the back up tall. Big swings, opening up the hips. Large movements, you can do it. Get that out of the way, going into the last one here. So we're gonna drop our body, losing all of our tension. We're nice and loose. We're gonna keep our eyes forward, our chest up. We're gonna push through our feet, slowly raising up, breathing in, reaching up nice and high. As you come up to the top, getting fully tense with the body, all the muscles, and release. Once again, building from the feet, feeling the tension rising up through the body, reaching up high, coming up on the toes, feeling the tension all the way through the body, and release. Once more. Keeping the chest up, keeping the eyes forward, raising the arms up, tensing everything in the body one more time, and release. Awesome. That is our dynamic cool down there. Once again, super important to do after you finish a workout or physical activity.